Hi everybody, Jared here at Day Traders FX. This is a short-term update on the euro dollar, and this is what I'm looking for over the next several hours going into tomorrow. We have some very important news coming out in the next 24 hours. We have the European Central Bank press conference with our good friend Draghi tomorrow morning, along with the Bank of England and their interest rate announcements and press conference as well. So we're going to see some pretty high volatility on euro and pound pairs, which is why the euro dollar gets pretty important. Now, yesterday I talked about the pound Swiss franc, and I'm looking for that to pay out, and the pound Swiss franc still is just kind of playing out, and there may be a very good trade coming up there, but I chose to talk about the euro for one reason in particular. The euro dollar, as you can see on this 1 hour chart, has a few things in the works. Currently, on this chart that we can see here, we have a missed daily pivot from Thursday of last week, a missed daily pivot from Friday of last week, a missed weekly pivot from this week. That's a lot of upper targets that need to get filled. So I'm looking for the euro dollar, particularly with the news tomorrow, to run up and give us an opportunity to get short. Ultimately, we're getting short against 134.50, so the higher we can get into this thing, the better, but I'm looking for an entry most likely around 133.00 to 133.50. We'll know more about that tomorrow, but that is going to be our ideal area to start getting short euro dollar tomorrow. So if we can get into that in that general area, that should be a great little trade. Now, in the meantime, what are we going to be able to do for now? And here's what I am going to be looking for right now. We have two lows to be working with. Number one, we have the daily low of today, which is approximately 131.57. It's about 131.57. And then we have the low of the week and the low of the last several weeks, actually, at about 131.38. So we have these two levels to work with, and here we are up here at 132.06. So we're currently about 47 pips from the daily low and about 65 pips from the weekly low. One thing that has happened that's very important is, number one, we have a missed weekly pivot down at 131.20, and that has not been hit yet, and the market wants to go down and hit that. But it looks like it's making a bit of a run to the upside right now, so that being able to go down and touch that level, we might need to get a little bit of a run up before we get the bigger run down. So what I'm looking for in the short term here is getting a little bit of pullback, being able to get in a little bit closer to this 131, probably 75, 80 area. Let's say 131.75 on a good day. That's going to put us about 20 pips from the daily low and about 35 pips from the weekly low. If we can get in there, then I'm going to be targeting the 38% fib, because remember, we've already crossed the 23%. There's our 23. We've already crossed it, and we're coming back. So it's going to give us an opportunity to target that 38% fib, the weekly pivot point, and the 200 moving average. There's tons of resistance here, and it's going to take a news spike to get through that. If normal market conditions just kind of trickle this thing up here, then I will get short against this. But I think it's going to take a news spike to get up through this and get us closer to that 133.00, which is what I'm targeting. So for the meantime, let's get long around 131.75 to 85 with stops below the daily low at 131.57, and let's target 132.50. Best of luck, and remember, we have big news tomorrow, so be very, very careful with that, and I'll see you guys in the chat, and make sure to follow me on Twitter.